Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I know this might sound like clickbait, but hear me out, it's not, I promise. Everyone is telling you that you have to get the buggy because it changes everything. It's not what I did and I don't regret it. I went straight for the ornithopter, like a true fremen. So in this video I'll talk about vehicles and why I consider the ornithopter the best one to have early and how I got mine, jumping from the bike straight into the ornithopter. And at the end I'll give you a summary of how I did it and where I got the most harder to get materials. And listen, I'm not telling you going for the buggy first is wrong or anything, far from it, as I didn't experience that vehicle early game. I'm just going to give you reasons why I think the buggy is a trap. In this game, the verticality plays a huge role. You often need to climb huge towering rocks to mine some valuable resources or go down into the depths of the Haga Rift to do a contract or mine other valuable resources. Either way, you can't get away without going vertical, you know. And the only vehicle that can do that is the ornithopter, obviously. The other two lack in that department. The bike is a great starter vehicle. It helps you going places faster, traverse the dunes with little fear of Shai Hulud, but once you get to a rock, it's game over, man. The same with the buggy. This vehicle can mine though and transport a lot of stuff because it has a huge storage capacity. It's 3 times bigger than the Scout Ornithopter, for example, and 6 times your own inventory size. That, let's be honest, it's almost half of the actual volume because you always have various other shit on you. You're not going to have 250 capacity ever. Trust me. And this is why I figured, you know what, I'll do the ornithopter first, screw the buggy. It was a bit painful to mine all that aluminium manually. I tell you how, and more importantly where I did it later into the video. So with the ornithopter you get 500 storage space, but you are out mining in a pretty large area and you can go back at base to unload in minutes. Let's say you want to go mine some erythrite crystals, for example, because you need a metric ton of cobalt paste for crafting. You can only find that in the Haga Rift, and it's a pain in the butt to go down there and mine all that shit, then climb out, go back to base, rinse and repeat. The buggy would not help too much in there, I feel, but with the ornithopter I can go in fast, load it up, then exit the rift in 10 seconds and fly straight home to refine my shit. I'm pretty confident I can do more than 3 trips with my ornithopter by the time it takes you to do one with the buggy. But hey, that's just me. Perhaps if you have your base near the rift, you'll be faster. But yeah, it wasn't my case. The second resource I want to talk about is aluminium. The first area I found, it was straight north of Eastern Vermilius Gap into Jabal Efrit Al Janub. In this area though, you only find aluminium on top of the big rocks, making climbing there pretty painful if you are on foot. But with the ornithopter, you just go land there, suck up everything dry and move over to the next rock and repeat the process. After 3 or so rocks, you are full and need to return to base, but the entire trip lasts for less than 10 minutes. Now, granted, I need to talk about your base position. Actually, I should have talked about this earlier. If you have a buggy, you want to make your base towards the eastern shield wall because in the regions around that you can find everything you need. Aluminium nodes on the ground, so you don't need to climb anywhere to get that precious resource. I think the ornithopter is faster, even if that's the case, but it should be a bit closer. Because guys, you need to understand what you gain with the better yields of the laser in the buggy, you lose with the movement. So yeah, in a way it's more wasteful to mine with anything else other than the buggy. But come on, we are not some sort of environmentalists as we fuck a little penguin every time we power up our PCs, you know. So to put things into perspective, on storage, the buggy has 3 times bigger capacity than the ornithopter and 6 times your own inventory. On speed, there's no contest, the ornithopter wins. And finally, the Orni has a way better reach, making mining anything, anywhere comfortable. So that's a clear advantage for the Orni. The buggy should be better for iron or carbon, so low-level construction materials that are available everywhere. But for everything else, unless you have a specific base location, is not that good, in my opinion. I want to stress that. Now let's see how I did it. I built my base just north of the anvil in eastern Vermilius Gap. This is not a great location, but I didn't know any better when I built my base, so I just sat there the entire time. So yeah, let's just see how I made it work, because somehow I managed. For the water needs, I built some wind traps to generate some passive water, because I realized I was always starved for water as I started refining the aluminium. You'll need a vehicle fabricator and one medium ore refinery first. Anyway, for those you'll need complex machinery and a lot of cobalt paste. I got a complex machinery in the ironworks from the south of eastern Vermilius Gap, from the towering metal platforms that look like some sort of desert oil rigs, if you want, built on the side of those rocks, and the cobalt paste from the depths of the Haga Rift. That's a bitch to get without an ornithopter, but it's fun, especially when you're a bit under-geared and you can be one-tapped by some of the snipers you'll find in those mineral extraction facilities. While you're down there, loot any chests in those areas, because later you'll need ray amplifiers anyway. And yeah, salvage any smoking vehicles you see around there, because they give you a metric ton of Holtzmann actuators, and yeah, that's another component you'll need in a bit. Now, as I descended down to hell, it's time to touch Angel's feet in the heavens. You'll need over 250 aluminium ingots for the ornithopter, and the best spot I found close to my base was straight to the north, but because of the dangerous sands between my base and the aluminium spot, I had to go around every trip. And that's the rock I was climbing every time. I just used the side in the shadow to climb safely without getting cooked by the hot Arrakis sun. From time to time I stopped to clear the station that is located at the foot of the huge rock to get the blood I needed for all that refining. And this is it, man. I did this for a couple of hours with the bike. And by the way, if a storm catches you on the rock, just find a crevice and you'll be sheltered, no problem. Be careful of the Harkonnen ships though. One of those is always circling that exact area. So it got me a couple of times, and yeah, if you have some movement abilities you should be fine though. I suggest you run away from them because they hit like a truck. You can kill them, but actually do what you want. It's not like you're losing anything if you die. So yeah, this is it, guys and girls. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe to let me know you appreciate this kind of content, if you did obviously, because it helps me tremendously. And tell me in the comments what you think about skipping the buggy and the game in general, and how you find the game. Are you enjoying it? Okay, I'll show myself out now. Peace.